Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle Samora and this is Scent Talk from my closet, the fragrance closet. On this channel, we go over all things fragrance. We cover niche perfume houses. We go into layering combos. We talk about dupes and clones of original fragrances, highlight any perfume brands on the channel. And if it is your first time watching, I like to focus on one perfume house at a time. This week, we are focusing on Nobile 1942. So if you've ever been interested in checking out some reviews on these scents, that's what we're going to be focusing on the next few days. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and continue watching. Consider hitting the subscription button and the bell so you'll be notified to new videos, because you never know which fragrance house we're going to cover next. So in today's review, we are doing La Danza delle Libellule, and we are comparing that to none other than Tease Sugar Fleur by Victoria's Secret. So I did wear these side by side. I went ahead, and this is my second wearing of this fragrance, and I fell in love, okay? What I'm noticing with these fragrances from this house, based on my first impressions, I do have a first impressions review video for Nobile 1942. If you want to go check out the history of this house, go see, you know, which scents you would be most interested in watching the review full day wear test of. And what I am finding is they are so well put together, well blended, well constructed. They smell refined. It is beautiful perfumery here. I'm so excited to be featuring them this week. The price points are pretty good. We can get a bottle of La Danza delle Libellule on Scent, what is it called? Lucky Scent. LuckyScent.com is where I found this. $145 for 75 mLs is a really nice price point for a niche luxury brand, okay? So for this fragrance, it was released in the year 2012. It is a floral fruity gourmand. It translates to Dance of the Dragonflies. Okay, and what is it based on? It is based on an operetta by Franz Lehár, an Austrian composer. This kind, bold, unapologetically feminine scent is sure to conjure up fantasies of majestic castles and storybook romance. So all of the scents have a little bit of a story to them, what inspired them, you know, the little synopsis to each of them as well. So for this fragrance here, in the notes we have apple and bergamot. Mid notes we have cinnamon and cacao. Base notes of cedarwood, vanilla, and musk. This fragrance was transformative. I love transformative scents. I love a scent that, you know, you start off one way and it's enjoyable, and then it slowly morphs, transitions, goes in and out of these phases. Oh gosh, it was so good. Okay, so initial scent is a very bright, fresh, juicy, a very clean smelling, refined apple. If fruit can smell any kind of refined, this one sure does. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I was a little worried that this was going to smell very synthetic. I had read quite a few reviews that said so. I don't find this synthetic, not one bit. I find this to be very sweet, but like I'm saying, like refined in some weird way. It is just blended so beautifully. It's well balanced. It transforms. There is a slight hint, like a dusting, if you will. I can picture it like a dusting or a coating of cinnamon, but ever so slightly, just so thin, this layer, and then that goes away. So it does not overtake anything at all. I do keep the apple smell throughout the entire wear. That doesn't go away from me. I read some reviews as well that said that the apple kind of is a little fleeting. I didn't feel that. Even though it transformed into a warmer scent, there is a very smooth, almost creamy-like quality when this starts to dry down on your skin. It starts to feel, it never gets too cloying, too sweet. It doesn't cross any lines as far as being, you know, just too much. It's beautiful. It feels light and fresh, but warm and comforting at the same time. Really creamy like as well. Oh gosh, it's a fresh, juicy fruit and a warm, cozy vanilla musk. All in one. That's what we got going on here. There's quite a bit of references to the fragrance smelling like Swiss Arabian Casablanca. However, instead of the vanilla dry down that we got going on here with, you know, a slight hint of wood. So the cedar wood in here is also not overpowering. It is just elevates, you know, and supports this vanilla musk. It's beautiful. And that's why I also think that it goes the distance. It lasted all day for me. As well as the other fragrance that I wore, but this one as well lasted all day. It's not pow bright in your face. Now the Casablanca is said to smell a little stronger, and it has caramel. This fragrance does not. It only has the vanilla. So yeah, switch out that vanilla for caramel in the Casablanca. Cannot wait to wear test that, especially now that I have this. I would love to do a head-to-head between those two fragrances, but I did do the head-to-head with the Tease Sugar Fleur. So Victoria's Secret came out with this. I do have a full dedicated review, and I started noticing that there were quite a few people's like, I've smelled this before. This is the apple that's in La Danza, you know, delle Libellule. And I was like, really? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to smell both of them. So that's what pretty much inspired me to get this set, was this, like wanting to do a side-by-side wear test, wanting to figure out, okay, are there any differences? What are the differences? And yes, so for the Tease Sugar Fleur, I have worn this a few times already. Now this does have that Victoria's Secret Tease DNA in it. If you know, you know, if you're familiar with their scents. So obviously that's not here. So this is not a refined smell that I get. I get no sophistication from this. However, it is, if you did not watch the review, I highly recommend you do, because I have so many layering combos that you could pair this with that will give you that wonderful satisfaction that, you know, just So this is great on its own. Actually, it does stay on your skin, not on your skin, I'm sorry, on your clothes. It penetrates your clothes. On skin, it goes a good 6 hours or so, pretty strong, and then it just tapers down to a skin scent. And then it doesn't, it, you know, it kind of just, it's very light. No problem though, it gives a nice projection. I could definitely smell, it's got some sillage, this fragrance to it. Very mouth-watering, delicious. The Pink Lady Apple that we have going on here. In here we have Pink Lady Apple, Jasmine Buds, we have Pink Caramel, Bubblegum, we have Amber Crystals, and Sandalwood. I will say that the bubblegum, I was not really able to detect it before. I wasn't detecting it. I was like, ooh, you know, I want to mix this with some vanillas and some cotton candy to kind of make it feel a little more, slightly more gourmand, right? And so I did, and it works beautifully. However, the bubblegum, now that I wear tested it straight up against this La Danza delle Libellule, I feel like I can smell the bubblegum is just jumping out at me. I'm like, oh, the bubblegum is there. So yes, I don't want to call this a juvenile scent, because I really don't feel it is. I feel like all ages could wear this. Anyone could rock this. My daughter loves this. I got her her own little bottle, and we have a backup as well, because I mean, it's a limited edition. So if you want to check out the layering combos, like I'm saying, go check that out. And as far as differences here, those are the major differences. I feel like it's not as refined. It doesn't scream sophistication like the La Danza delle Libellule does. It doesn't have any creaminess. You have to add that. I do add that. In fact, with the Delicia de Marshmallow by Kaisi Perfumes right here with this, this adds some creaminess and beautifulness. Delicia de Marshmallow, I've been showing you guys this one for a couple of days. Actually, it's beautiful. So I feel like this one, I'm saying, is a little more linear. It's not as transformative. The opening, you're gonna get that all the way to the dry down. And what else? So it's also much, there's almost a sharpness to this in the opening that there is definitely not in the Nobile 1942. And yeah, so whereas I think the Pink Lady apple, the way that the apple presents itself is very, very similar. But this is even, it's just stronger. I just feel it stronger. There we go. So yeah, a couple of differences there. Definitely does not transform like this one. This one gives you that creamy, beautiful, you know, oh, sophisticated, wonderful smell. And the Tease sugar is just like, yummy, delicious, scrumptious, you know, but fresh, never creamy. Does not get creamy. All right, so surprisingly today, in fact, let me tell you guys that I had this in my pocket just in case. This smells so amazing that I would be willing to carry a decant to reapply, you know, 3-4 hours later, but I did not have to. I was taking a little break and I was like, oh my goodness, this smells so good, because I had it in my pocket, and my coworker caught me and she was like, oh yeah? I'm like, yes, this smells so good. She's like, I can smell it. I can smell it over here. And I was like, I didn't spray it. She's like, I've been smelling it. I'm like, oh my gosh. So that was at around 4:30, you know, when I kind of sat back on my chair. I was like, oh yes, this smells so good. Yes, so it does have some projection. Even though I thought it didn't have much, it does. It does have some projection here. So very nice, very nice. I highly recommend La Danza delle Libellule. Yes, it is full bottle worthy. They do have a 15 ml size for $26 on Lucky Scent if you don't want to go full on in with a full bottle. And then of course they have the Discovery set. So I'm excited to continue the Discoveries because you know, the first one was a hit. Now, if you're interested in layering combos, stick around. I have a couple suggestions. First suggestion being, if you want to accentuate this apple, and you know, jasmine goes very, very well with the scent profile, because there's jasmine in here and it goes beautifully. We have here by Bath & Body Works Champagne Apple and Honey. So this one has Pink Lady Apple, Sparkling Champagne, Jasmine Honey, and Autumn Woods, and it is so good. And I have just been waiting to combine this with something, and it goes perfect. I did do a spot test of this last night when I was playing around with the sample. I didn't wear it today, but yes, this will go perfectly. Next, I really feel like, since it has that beautiful vanillic dry down with you know, oh gosh, it's just so good. I just think if you don't want to mess with the scent too much, but you still want to layer with a little bit of something, you could do Warm Vanilla Sugar by Bath & Body Works, or you could do your Bare Vanilla from Victoria's Secret. So this one has your Whipped Vanilla, Soft Cashmere, very, very nice. This one has Intoxicating Vanilla, White Orchid, Sparkling Sugar, Fresh Jasmine, and Creamy Sandalwood. This is a brand new discovery for me. I know it's been around for years, but it's a brand new discovery. And I feel like this is a very clean smelling vanilla for whatever reason. It gives me sweet, but not cloying. It gives me very light, just almost like that. It has cashmere. Does it have cashmere? No, it smells your JPG's Labelle. I think that was it. Yes, I don't have any more suggestions for now. I need to get a bigger size of this, either a little, you know, 15 ml travel size, and see where it takes me. This is signature scent worthy. I would not mind smelling like this at all. Like, it's going to the top of the lists. It really is. I'm absolutely loving it. Okay, so that was all the review, the side to side, a couple of layering combos I got going on here for our very first Nobile 1942 fragrance. I'm so thrilled. We do have several more to get through. This was barely our first one. So let's continue on this journey. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If anything, you know, you're interested in that I did not address. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, for supporting the channel. I truly appreciate you guys. Have a blessed rest of your day or night, and you stay safe. Thanks. Bye-bye.